Hi there, it's not often I do kit reviews, but this is going to be one of the exceptions. This is the ProQ cold smoker, and every house should have one of these. It's very easy to use, very small, and this is just a little video of things that I've done on it that you can do too. Before I show you the insides of this, let's have a look at the difference between hot and cold smoking. This hot smoker here, which I actually won in a competition from a company called Ronnie Sunshine's many years ago, it's got 2 meths burners in there and a flat plate for putting the wood dust under. So what happens is it cooks the food and creates smoke at the same time. So by definition, this cold smoker wants just cold smoke coming up, but it doesn't cook the food. But if you use this, you've got to make sure the temperature is 30 degrees centigrade or lower, or else you'll have food spoilage happening. Right, let's see what bang you get for your buck. This is a slightly modified smoking cabinet, and this is 55 by 29 by 29 centimetres. The lid to the modification, and I'll come on to that later. Taking the modded lid off, regular lid up, flaps open. I sellotape them all just so they survive, because obviously it is just a double wall cardboard box at the end of the day. And you've got 3 shelves here, which again are just cardboard where it's popped out from the box. Again, because they're sellotaped, it's a little harder to get trays in, but I think that's a price worth paying. So a metal base goes in the bottom. When it's loaded, this ingenious little slow burner then gets slid in. The first set of cardboard ledges, you put this metal shelf with 2 little extra raised bits, and onto that goes your first smoking rack. You then follow this up with the remaining 2, and I always put them in at 90 degrees so that the food doesn't sit in the same plane each time you smoke. I normally use mine on a small camping table or jacked upon 2 bits of wood, so if the ground is moist it won't be getting inside the box. Without doubt, cheese is one of the easiest things to do on there and really tasty. I use several different varieties such as cheddar, red Leicester, blue cheese, in this case Dolce Latte, chili cheese, Parmesan, Edam, Gouda. Last but not least, Brie. When you've smoked some of these cheeses, you'll find you become very popular, I can tell you. So there we go, that's about 2 hours per side, so that's 4 hours, just right for the cheese there. Just so you know, if you're interested in any of the stuff here, this and the wood chips I get from a company called coldsmoking.co.uk. They not only have ideas on their website, but also have a very good YouTube channel, which I'll link to in the notes. Now the suggested way of lighting this is to put a small tea light just in there. I prefer to use something else. One of these bad boys, the thing that you put the crispy topping on a creme brulee with. Just like that. There we go, they're all well spaced, and you can see if you look through past the cheddar on the top that the brie is at a right angle. As I suggested, I put these shelves in that kind of arrangement. I've been making some sausage rolls, and this is pork mince and stuffing mix that's left over. So it's all cooked through as little patties, and we're just smoking them the same time as the cheese, about 4 hours. Another occasional favourite of mine is making bacon. This is a pork loin joint that I've cured, and I smoke it for anywhere between 4 and 6 hours. This lid that I made out of the box not only has a little vent in there that allows me to control the smoke coming out, but it does have an actual added advantage as well that I've discovered. You can see I've got some almonds on here in a little origami tinfoil container. Now the idea of this is that what I'll do is leave them by the vent, put some stones here, which will then lift the lid up and allow them to get a light smoking. The almonds are in here with the stones underneath there, and I've slewed the lid slightly, so it means that basically the smoke can't escape straight away. You can also do olives in one of those little trays underneath the lid as well, like the nuts, and give them a little tickle. You can also put them inside as well in a sieve, as you can the nuts. They can go in there as well, but you've got to remember that some of them have got oil on, and that might drip through onto stuff if you're using a sieve. One other little hack I sometimes use is you light it from here normally, but what you can also do is light the other end so it meets in the middle, so it speeds the smoking time up if you're short of time. You've got an oven that can go down to a really low temperature, or a dehydrator. Then you can make jerky. There we are, it's just going to start smoking in a minute, and it's ready to get some retrospective smoke. This is something I've not done before, so I'm going to give it a little go. This is some duck we had last night, and Junior didn't particularly like it. It's been given a covering of Chinese 5-spice powder, and then this morning what I did, I sliced it, put a little bit more on and pan fried it to make it slightly dry and crispy. There are many other things that you can do, so the video's not too long, I'll just whistle through some of them. This is salt and also paprika, which will be about 6 hours. Butter and garlic, 4 to 6 hours. and water unbelievably as well. What you do, you put a glass in like this inside, and then when it collects the smoke you turn it back that way and tip the water in and bottle it.